you, Disha and Bikram. Yeah. So it was a wonderful talk of them. Now I request PSM sir once again to present a memento to Mr. both of them. Yes, sir. So the next speakers we invite Miss Arushi Nigam and Dr. Subhash Chandra. The title of the paper is Digital Evolution of Dharma Sastric Knowledge, Implications for Quality Education.
A very good evening to one and all. My salutations to the distinguished guests and the honorable members of the conference. How is this going to work? I just have to click this. Oh, okay. Thank you. A very good afternoon to one and all. My name is Arushi Nigam, and the title of my presentation is Digital Evolution of Dharmashastric Knowledge, Implications for Quality Education. In the following presentation, the following pointers shall be discussed during this course of presentation. Coming to the introduction, the idea of dharma is widely acknowledged within the Indian culture, and its profound impact of dharma is deeply infiltrates our society, which is clearly observable in various aspects such as Indian literature, philosophy, economics, politics, and cultural progress. The integration of principles such as Rita, Satyam, and Ahimsa into the Indian social political structure emphasizes its importance. Therefore, Dharmashastras thus are an ancient Indian compendiums providing details on the ethical norms, governance, morality, and cultural practices. I have listed the key Dharmashastric texts. Coming to the research problem, while the significance of these texts I have just established over here, the significance is known worldwide, but the major problem that we face is that we lack the digital resources to access this accurate and also to provide required information. We have a limited availability of the Dharmashastric text, and which poses another challenge, that is the lack of accessibility for the heritage texts of India. Then the other major problem that we face is that we have a complete scarcity of the efficient methods to extract the relevant knowledge for further studies or research purposes. The objective of my research is that now that we are talking about that we lack digital resources, the objective is very clear that we need to establish one. So basically, creating a digital library or a digital repository, what it does is that it transcends geographical boundaries. Basically, it eliminates the physical constraints for studying. If for example, a person sitting at one part of the world, if these repositories or these texts are digitized, you can access the information from any part of the world. So what it basically does, it democratizes the access for knowledge dissemination. And the major subtopic that I can give to this is it creates a global accessibility for research and learning purposes. It also does the contribution to the preservation of our heritage knowledge. And now that we have talked about the objectives, the major objective of my research is that I've been talking about to establish one. The major objective is to develop an online system and for a digital mining system. As a part of my MPhil thesis, one system has already been developed. Now that we're talking about the development of the system, we need to adopt an appropriate methodology for developing the system. So the research methodology that I have adopted to carry out this entire research, it is basically fragmented into two parts. First is theoretical, then second is practical. The theoretical part includes of the digital resource identification, content analysis, and data collection. So if we are talking about developing a system where you want to act it as an input as well as an output system, you need to have data where you give the information and you expect a result out of it. So for that, we need to have data, and the theoretical part is that we want the data to be authentic, we want the data to be very accurate and precise, and it should give the target-aided outcomes to you. And coming to the practical part, the last 2 pointers, that is development of the instant access system and digitization methodology. Now, keeping a time frame in mind, I will not go into the development and the structure. I'll just give you a gist of it. The digital methodology that we have adopted to create the system is indexing methodologies, concept tagging, and extraction methodology. Now, listed here are the components of the system and the tools and techniques that we have used. For the programming language, I have used Python, and rest is for the beautification of the user's end, that is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I have listed the components of the system. Since we don't have much time, I have already attached the screenshots of the system of how the system works. So basically, this is how the system works. It is an input as well as output system. For example, if you can see, there is an input 1, for example. If a person wants information related to 1, that is Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, everybody is aware of that. If that Brahman structure, if you want information related to that, you can just easily go onto the system, type there, and the entire conceptual information related to 1 from one particular text at Manusmriti is already there. If you can see the the far end, another screenshot has been attached. It shows that all the results that we have derived from the input, they are hyperlinked to the translations for easeability of the user, Hindi as well as English translations. What is more interesting about the entire system that we have developed is that it not only gives you the indexed results. यहाँ पे what you can see is there, आपने 1 type किया and all the results are related to varna. The word is already mentioned. This is indexing, like we see in our books. हम कोई topic देखते हैं and the next we have the chapters related to it. But the system consists of concept mining. Now, for example, if you see a drop-down list that's already provided to you over there, this list has all the concepts. For example, Atithi Yagya, that is welcoming of the guest, the traits of the guest. That is not mentioned in the Manusmriti. The word is not mentioned, but the entire concept is available over there. So if you want to study the conceptual mining, the system already does it for you. And the most important thing, the system provides you with the accurate referencing index. 1.2, 1.91, that's Manusmriti chapter 1, and shlok number 91, shlok number 2, and so on. This is the flowchart as a sample. Since now I've already mentioned the features is that it provides with bilingual translations. There's a drop-down menu. Conceptual searching is there, which gives you a very target-aided results. It is tooltip enabled, efficient, enhanced, and gives you precise information retrieval. It also supplies accurate referencing index, which I've already talked about, and there are a lot of search options for the usability, ease of the usability for the user. If you want keyword, you can search it via keyword. If you want to search it via concept, you can search it via concept. Now, what the system that I have developed, this system is basically a very staunch example of a digital repository. Like whatever the text, Manusmriti, for example, if you are all aware, is a heritage text of India. Now, Manusmriti is in a hard copy. If the system is now that I've developed it, it's in a digital format. Any person sitting any part of the world now has the access to it. He or she does not need to know Sanskrit because the text is compiled in Sanskrit. You have Hindi and English translations, all the layman language, and then plus the other benefit is that you have correct references, and this is what we expect of a digital library or a digital repository. It accommodates diverse learning styles. It adapts as per your styles, needs, and preferences. It can be offered in various formats. As of yet, it is in the text format. For the future prospect, which will come in the upcoming slides, I will be discussing that. And it necessitates the ongoing adaptation and innovation. Which is and plus the SDG 4 of quality education is that the system is inclusive and it is equitable. We want it to be a global access, which we are doing via this, developing the system. The conclusions that I have derived from this research is that the digitization, whenever we digitalize a particular text, we provide inclusive access. It is as well a preservation for the cultural heritage. It promotes global access and a vision for a pedagogical innovation. It is a fusion of ancient wisdom with the digitalization world. It revolutionizes your educational landscape and provides facilitates a deeper understanding and exploration of the Sanskrit knowledge. The results and significance. I have already given out in the bullet format. The result is that it acts as a vital resource repository. It is an innovative online search system. It streamlines the process of knowledge acquisition by integrating the new technologies that we are developing day by day. It opens new avenues for studying and interpreting our heritage texts in the digital era, and it also provides for the concept-based revision. The significance is that it is a preservation of cultural heritage. It promotes accessibility and inclusivity. It enhances your learning and research purposes. It adapts to the modern pedagogy. Whenever it changes, we can change because it's digital. It is not hard bind. You can change it as per the changing requirements. And major thing, it preserves and revitalizes our ancient languages. We get to revisit our ancient languages with the new prospects. And the future prospect is that now that I already told, this system which I showed is for Manusmriti, which has already been developed as a part of my MPhil thesis, but now a prototype is already in progress for the other key texts which I have previously listed, and I am already working on it as a part of my PhD thesis, that is your Arthashastra and Yajnavalkya Smriti and so on. It has a scope for multi-script support, and we want to incorporate more features to make this entire system more inclusive. Such as we want to add, like the previous speaker was also talking about text to speech. It's very easier for a person to just listen to it, make it in a more readable format, like a read a book, just turn the pages. Then multilingual options for Punjabi, Bangla. We are in process of trying to incorporate these features, and that's the final. And we want to add more contemporary concepts. Thank you.
That you have presented here. Now I request our chairman sir, KP Sinha Papatra sir, to present a memento to Shalini. Oh sorry, I'm sorry, Aroshi Nigam. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm in a hurry actually. Because just there is an announcement. Yeah, just. We have a cultural program at 6:30. So you need to go to the guest house for press up. That's why we're in a hurry.
Could you show me how this works? Excuse me.
Right, good evening. Good evening. My name is Shalini Krishnan. I'm perhaps one of the few non-librarian, a person without a library background here. I'm an English language trainer from Bombay. And my presentation today is on leveraging digital libraries for global citizenship education among adolescents. I'll quickly jump into it so as not to anger Dr. Ghosh. I could use some help here. Okay, previous. Thank you very much. Right, quickly, I'm introducing my topic by outlining what global citizenship education is for the purpose of this study and why it ought to be a pivotal part of our curriculum. Though as a concept, it's a very ancient one, the idea of one world and a common humanity. The term global citizenship is a 20th century coinage. Think advancements in transport technology, the reach of the internet. We are inescapably interconnected. Understanding the import of this statement and the responsibility that comes with it is the foundational premise of global citizenship education. So the need of the hour, clearly, is a progressive approach to education that goes beyond mere knowledge acquisition and prioritizes the development of certain skills, values, and attitudes necessary to foster compassionate, well-informed, and empowered individuals who will in turn create a fairer and more sustainable world. Global Citizenship Education, or GCED, is your key to unlocking these traits in young learners. And this is where a resource like digital libraries can prove to be invaluable. Historically, libraries have always been regarded as hallowed spaces for free learning and thought. It is only fitting that as we embark on revamping education, We turn to digital libraries to accomplish this. My paper delves into the transformative potential of digital libraries as a dynamic platform for fostering comprehensive global citizenship attributes. My general objectives are as follows: to explore the role of digital libraries in facilitating global citizenship education among adolescents and their potential to impart resources for skill development in a manner that is both engaging and enduring. Specifically, I try to identify cognitive and emotional skills required for global citizenship, to study the scope of digital libraries as accessible, credible, and versatile resources, identifying key features of digital libraries that can be utilized in classroom instruction, and proposing a range of interactive activities that leverage these resources to foster soft skill-based learning and global citizenship. I try to offer recommendations on key consideration for educators aiming to incorporate digital resources effectively into GC Ed programs. My guiding question was, how could resource materials from digital libraries be used for imparting cognitive and emotional skills associated with GC Ed? Much of what is discussed here is based on activities conducted in my classes. These activities were carried out over a semester in a class comprising of 40 trainee deck cadets pursuing their diploma in nautical science. The average age of the learner is 19, and they're predominantly young men from all parts of India. The English competency score, because all of the activities were done in English, ranged from B2 to C2 on a CEFR scale. 3 primary activities I have used are critical reflective journaling, mind mapping, and Socratic questioning, all of which that they were familiar with prior to the training. Sorry? So yes, so these are some of the things I have used. These are the specific sub-skills as well as the resources used for that particular sub-skill. So very briefly, critical reflective journaling, very loosely adapted from Daniel Velasco's DIE format, which is describe, interpret, evaluate. The second thing I tried is critical reflective journaling. Oops, I'm sorry. That should have been Socrative questioning. And mind mapping, which is, I call them question chains in class. Based on all of this is what I found when choosing digital resources. All said and done, a key to ensuring seamless skill development are the following pointers. The selected resource should directly support the learning objective and the theme of the activity. Irrelevant materials merely distract and dilute the impact. Ensure diversity in your resources. Make sure they represent different cultures and perspective. Avoid materials at all costs that reinforce stereotypes and biases. Resources should be appropriate to age and development stage of the learner, both in terms of content and complexity. Another factor to consider in Indian classrooms is also the language competency, because most of these resources are in English. So educators need to be aware of that. Assess whether the resources are engaging enough and can capture the learner's interest. Pedantic, jargon-heavy material, no matter how technically accurate, will not capture the average learner's attention. In summation, I would just like to leave you with one point. The synergy between global citizenship education and digital libraries is one that has infinite potential. My study begins to explore this potential, but is in no way an accurate or an exact documentation of all that is possible. This journey is one of immense promise, and we hope to unlock a realm of possibilities for our learners. Thank you very much. I hope I haven't crossed my time. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Salini Krishnan. Now I request Professor Saptarshi Ghosh to present a memento to Salini.
So next speaker, we invite Dr. Pankaj Kumar Sarkar. The title of the paper is Digital Literacy Among Staff of University Libraries of Bangladesh. Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Good evening to everybody. Digital literacy among the staff of University Libraries of Bangladesh, a case study of Patuakhali Science and Technology University Central Library and University of Borishal Central Library. I myself and my co-author, Mr. Madhusudan Antar, please, Mr. Haldar. We chose this type of title as what we have observed in our university. So this type of title we choose. What is the research questions of my study? What is the state of digital literacy concept among the university library staff in Bangladesh? How far is the existing digital literacy functional? What is the demand of the library users and professionals for using digital literacy? Which are the problems faced by the library professionals? What will be the standard of digital literacy for library professionals of public universities of Bangladesh? These are the research questions. Objectives of these studies are to evaluate the present level of different types of digital resources, to identify the useful methods used by the library professionals for the development of ICT literacy, to detect the problem faced by the staff. Scope and limitations, limited with two public university libraries affiliated under the University Grant Commission of Bangladesh, surveyed different types of library staff, professional, para-professional and non-professional. I mean included librarian, deputy librarian, assistant librarian, cataloger, library assistant, library attendant and other non-professional staff. The methodology which were followed. Questionnaire method has been followed for data collection among the library staff employed. The open-ended questionnaires are distributed among 40 library staff, including librarians as well as other different library professionals. Out of 40 library staff, 36 library personnel have responded to this research study. And for studies analysis, the collected data was analyzed using MS Excel. Analysis of data and representation of results. Out of 36 respondents, 12 were professional, 8 were paraprofessional and 16 were non-professionals. Totality of respondent, out of the respondent, 33% of the respondent were professional, 22% respondent were paraprofessional and 45% were non-professional. ICT-based application, next, literacy of integrated library management software. In case of KUHA, 25% out of the respondent, 25% of the respondent were professional who knows, who have the knowledge about KUHA, and 14% have the knowledge about KUHA, paraprofessional, and 6% of non-professionals have the knowledge about KUHA. Literacy of ICT-based library services. As time is short, so I skip some of these. These are the results. Findings. In the surveyed public university libraries, a large number of library staff are non-professional. Higher level professional staff are found to a great extent literate in using ICT-based application and providing digital library services, but majority of library staff are not aware of modern ICT-based operation and services. Insufficient ICT training and some of the other reasonable factors are the basic problems for the enhancement of digital literacy in public university libraries of Bangladesh. There are suggestions. Library staff have to attend ICT related programs for self-improvement and enhancing their library services. Every library staff should increase their practical knowledge about modern ICT-based services. Library authority should organize in-house training programs and workshops more frequently to encourage their library staff to attend the programs. Conclusion, users are not satisfied with most of the university library services. The present study suggests that the university library management should attempt to promote the practical knowledge of ICT and digital literacy among the library staff by organizing different short-term of ICT training programs. Conclusions, okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Pankaj Kumar Sarkar, sir. Yeah, he has completed his in due time. Okay. So now I request, of course, sir.
ISS practice, very little.
इसमें ही आ गया Thanks, sir. Good evening, Sat Sri Akal, Namaskar. Nirmala Sitharaman, Honorary Nirmala Sitharaman, Finance Minister, this year in Budget 2023 gave target of creating digital library for children on financial literacy. And coincidentally, my friend also, Dr. Jyoti, she and myself, actually we thought of conceptualizing on this topic, and we got chance to present it over here. So our topic is empowering India's future, developing a digital library for nurturing financial literacy in children. So digital library, we all know it is collection of digital objects and systematically created with standards, and it is accessible to all general public with the sustainability objective. And financial literacy is empowering the skills, empowering persons with financial skills, financial knowledge, attitude, and the behavior, so that he could take his financial decision on his own. So it is very, very important for children. So with this objective, with this purpose, the objective of this study is to detailing the online sources to add into that digital library, inclusion of audio-visual format and social media tools on educational resources, then building, using this conceptualizing thing and detailing from online resources for all things to add with format details in the library. We finally created the structure of digital, the building a structure of digital library. So only creating library is not enough. We need to know the teachers and the parents who will basically educate the children on these digital skills. So the plan for digital skill enhancement program for teachers and school librarians, and finally we need to think of challenges in terms of budget and skill. So with these objectives, the research design is being prepared. First thing is identification of content or resources to add into the digital library. Creation of design of digital library using algorithm is second step. Third one is identification of skill enhancement parameters. So for this, the questionnaire, the structure questionnaire is being sent to teachers and librarians for skill enhancement, knowing skill enhancement and parameters and the shortfalls, and using all the three steps, then the challenges identified with possible solutions. So this is about the research design. With this design, I'll go to first step. So how I did in first step. So this is about analysis and finding. Resources are taken from 20 information providers. These include all financial financial regulators as well as other private information providers like NCERT and all others providers. Private websites are also there on information literacy, financial literacy I mean to say. And then again you please go to the slide. So using the information in first step which we gathered through information providers, we have created structure of digital library using algorithms. It is about information storage and retrieval that digital library does. So first is by categorization of type of users. Like here we are creating it for children and also adult information like that is useful for teachers and parents on financial literacy using all websites which we studied in step 1 are being categorized by this first category, categorization by type of users. Next, the categorization by format of resources, whether the digital information is in textual format in the form of e-books or that is in the form of comics, reference source, storybooks, informative sources, workbook, practical book, or it is in other format like audio, video, multimedia, presentation, posters. So that is being categorized. Third thing is categorization in digital library structure by type of financial information, the crucial factor. So financial information by concepts, by money, and then finance, banking, insurance. So all those parameters are being categorized by information provided by each information provider, and then it is being categorized over here. So now, this is in step 2. We created the structure of digital library. Now, in step 3, we identified the skill enhancement. That is, first thing is the sources of financial information know. So when we ask teachers and librarians, many of them just briefed about NCERT sources being school's education background, and they were unaware of all other financial information sources, and 29.2% said we are not known about the sources of information. Then this is for financial information. The another thing what is needed is the computer knowledge, the network thing, the search option, many things, many capabilities and skills are required for digital library. So all those skills are shortlisted over here, and the person here also teachers need education on many things, and they need to be educated before using digital library, and that is being identified. So these are the challenges identified with 3 steps with possible solutions. Challenge of digitally converted resources. The digital library is, this digital library is conceptualized only with born digital material in the beginning. But attention need to be given for digitally converted resources. And when that comes, copyright and all those things would come into the picture that we need to take care. Then challenges of technical skills in handling financial information. So technical skill, especially for teachers in handling financial information, should be improved by giving proper training in that area. Then same way, computer skills and other skills need to be enhanced. Thank you. Then challenge of computer networks in school. So in developing countries like India, where many of parents are first generation learners and are farmers, school computers network should be strengthened. And challenge of finance. So government should give funding for this digital library, and even these are the challenges. So with these challenges, I've come with the conclusion part. The digital library on financial information includes the e-resources from financial regulators and other authentic information providers in India. Most of the information included is born digital. The right way of empowering future generation with independent financial decisions and empowerment of economy is the crucial target behind setting up this. And the last one is important. So NDLI should include, they have some parameters of financial literacy, but exhaustive, comprehensive, they need to make. And these are the future things like comparison of digital library for financial literacy for children can be done at international level. The ministry, finance ministry should establish guidance and training cells for parent, teachers and children. Scope of study should include all international private organizations working in financial literacy and to create the comprehensive digital library on the topic. Thanks. These are the references. And any question?
Yeah. Thank you very much, Madam Neelam. Now I request Professor Sinama Patra sir to present a memento to sir. Professor.
The conclusion. So, okay. So, thank you very much for bearing with me and my team. Okay, first I want to tender a sincere thank to S.K. Bijayanand and Satish Kumar for patronizing me, for indulging me to do such a kind of affair in the late hours, still late hours. And specifically, you see, in Pakistan, one very eminent शायर is there who told that one, that is हमेशा देर कर देता हूँ मैं हर काम में, जरूरी बात कहनी हो कोई वादा निभाना हो, किसे आवाज देनी हो, किसे वापस बुलाना हो, हमेशा देर कर देता हूँ मैं. So this is one individual like me जो हमेशा देरी कर देता हूँ हर काम पे, because this particular session was supposed to be concluded by 5:30, but because of my indulgence we did that one at 6. So some of you are happy, some of you are unhappy because of me, because you people came from different places for delivering this one. But say each and everything, system is having its own flaws, and you have to admit that one. So thank you very much. So I am rather right now inviting my co-chair. So if you want to summarize, okay, no, okay, fine, it's concluded. Okay, no, so each and everyone should have a fair chance. Rapporteur is not, because rapporteur is supposed to submit his paper to me. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening, because Babluda is waiting.
Smoothly. There is an announcement actually one. We have a cultural program in Kalidas Auditorium where our inauguration program was there.